The other day, when Nintendo announced that their Nintendo Direct for June of 2022 was going to be a Nintendo Direct Mini, people collectively lost their freaking minds. Everyone was so upset. People were saying, oh, this Direct is going to be awful. It's a freaking partner showcase. They suck. And you know what I even said in my live stream before they even announced this? I said, if it is a partner showcase, if they are focusing on third-party games, go in there with an open mind. Yes, you won't see your Zeldas, you won't see your Mario Karts, or your Mario Strikers, or your Pokemons, or whatever, but there's a lot of cool things that could always be announced at a partner showcase. And even though it is a mini, so it's naturally shorter than a typical Nintendo Direct, there was still a bunch of really cool things shown off in this Direct. And today, I'm going to be running through some of the main highlights from this Direct, both in general and personally for me, things that I found interesting. And then, of course, at the very end, I'm going to be going over my overall thoughts on how I thought this Direct was. So if you guys enjoy this video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff down below. I would love to hear what you all have to say. And without any further ado, let's get right on into it. So the first game that they showed off, and they showed it off actually quite in detail, they spent like 3.5 minutes on it, is Monster Hunter Rise. Now, I actually haven't played this game because this is about the DLC, the Star Rise or something Rise DLC. And it looks interesting enough. I don't know if Monster Hunter is my kind of game. I've actually had a couple people recommend me play it, recommend me get it, but I'm just not sure. Maybe it's just not for me, but I know that for people who are very excited for this DLC, it is coming, it's huge, and people are very impressed. So that is a very important thing I do want to point out here. Even though I don't care for it, lots of other people do, so I did want to give it a little mention. After that, they actually dropped a pretty big bombshell. Nier Automata, hopefully I pronounced that right, got announced for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I believe it isn't coming out until next year, but it's a pretty big port. Now, it's not like the biggest third-party game in the world, but it got really well received when it came out back in the day, and it's really cool to see it come to the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if I'm going to get it because I don't know if it's my kind of game. It kind of looks like Devil May Cry, so I might like it, though it does have some RPG elements, so I do kind of want to give it a shot. I am at least going to consider it. Yeah, it looks really cool, and it's cool that Platinum Games is still really supporting the Switch. I cannot wait to see what more they're going to do after this. A little bit later, a sequel to Super Bomberman R got announced called Super Bomberman R2, and it looks like it's going to be like Bomberman R, but a little more evolved. There seems to be a pretty big multiplayer focus, especially with this 15v1, like, defense thing where you can build your own courses, and it's like 15 people trying to swarm up on one player. It seems pretty cool. Bomberman is a pretty niche thing, though I actually did see a few people that were excited for it in the poll that I posted, so there is definitely excitement for it, and I really hope that it's something that people like. I honestly might give it a shot. I did play a bit of Super Bomberman R back when it came out in 2017, because back then there wasn't much else to play on the Switch. And I did kind of enjoy it, so maybe I'll find some enjoyment out of this. I'll have to pick up Super Bomberman R to see if the second one will really be something for me, but it does look pretty cool. And then, of course, my favorite announcement from this whole entire presentation, PacMan World Repack, the HD remake of PacMan World 1 from the PlayStation 1. I am honestly really excited for this game. I would have preferred a trilogy that contains all 3 PacMan World games, but this is a great step. This game, I honestly haven't played too much. It was released back on the PlayStation 1, and I played it a little bit, but not much. So to get an HD remake of it is honestly really cool, and I really want this game to do well because, well, PacMan World 2 is a freaking amazing 3D platformer, and I would love to see it get remade. So one thing that I found out after doing a little bit of digging is that, well, first of all, it is getting a physical release, but it's also getting a collector's edition that has this cool little statue with a giant Pac-Man robot with Pac-Man at the bottom, and honestly, I'm probably gonna have to get that. As being because I love PacMan World. I love that series. Cannot wait to get this game. Like I said, it was definitely my most excited announcement from this Direct, and it only comes out in 2 months. We only have 2 months to wait for this game. That's how you do a remake. You know, you announce it, have 2 months of probably awesome marketing, and then release it. I cannot wait for this game. Like I said, very excited. Then, of course, we have Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Now, the thing about this one is it probably would have been super epic if it didn't get leaked. Ubisoft is really good at leaking out Mario and Rabbids information a day before a trailer comes out. And this time was no different. And it's so disappointing because Bowser's now a playable character, and that's pretty huge. And it got the release date of October 10th? Something like that, not too far away, and many people were speculating that this game might not even come out this year because we haven't even heard much about it. But now we know it's coming out in just a few short months, and many people are very excited. Like I said, it being leaked beforehand definitely did put a damper on things, but the excitement for it did still seem to be pretty big, so that's really cool. Sonic Frontiers got a trailer, and even though the gameplay looked really choppy and not that great, I do think it did showcase the game really well. We actually got to see a decent amount of gameplay. We got to see combat. We got to see these new cyber zones, as they're called. Like, we actually got to see a little bit, and while I'm not overly excited for this game because I'm not a big Sonic fan, for those of you who are Sonic fans, I think this looks promising, and even if it doesn't run the best, at least you know that the game is looking like it's somewhat quality, and I really hope this is the game that the Sonic fans have been waiting for years and years and years, probably since Adventure 2 or Generations or whatever the last really good Sonic game was. Really hope this is the game to make it all worth it. Now, we heard about Portal a while back, and I actually have never played Portal. It is a game that I definitely do want to give a shot. Well, it got released today. It got shadow dropped, which is really weird. I would think that Portal is a game that you'd want to really hype up. You'd want to really push it. Heck, I don't even know if there's a physical version. I mean, I'm presuming there's not because it is released it on the eShop. I'm definitely interested in this game, but you guys know me. I'll only get it if it comes out physically. So, I don't know. I mean, I really want to play Portal. It sounds like a really fun game. It's very critically acclaimed, and if Valve are going to start releasing games on the Switch, bring Left 4 Dead over. I know it's a multiplayer-focused game, so you'd have to probably make it cross-play with the PC and all that, but God, please, I would love Left 4 Dead on the Switch, but we're not talking about that now. We're talking about Portal. It released today, and it's only like $20. It's pretty cheap for this 2-game collection, so if you are interested in Portal, if you've always wanted to give it a shot, I recommend you buying it on the eShop. It's only $20. Go get it. Then, of course, the Nintendo Direct isn't complete without the One More Thing announcement. And for this Direct, it was Personas 3, 4, and 5. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal. Whoa. I mean, I know Persona has been rumored for a while on the Switch, but many people have been wanting these games since Joker was announced and released for Smash, and it's finally here. Now, Persona 5 is coming out later this year. I think it was like October or something. But the other 2 games aren't going to come out until next year, which I find interesting that the latest game is going to come out before the earlier games, but nevertheless, a lot of people found this really exciting. A lot of people are really hyped for these, and yeah. So yes, this wasn't a huge Direct with blowout information about Breath of the Wild 2 or Splatoon 3. It was not that. But what was here was really good, and honestly, it's great to see the internet reacting so well to this. I mean, personally for me, PacMan World Repack is freaking amazing. I'm so happy they are remaking this game, bringing it to modern platforms. I'm so happy. And then everything else was just so great too. You had really heavy hitters. You had your Mario, you had your Mega Man, you had Sonic, you had Monster Hunter. You had quite a few heavy hitters in there. Some things that really made this Direct special. So yes, like I said, it wasn't a general Direct, but honestly, this is probably one of the best non-general Directs I've ever seen. Even if only a couple of things interested me, this was still a solid Direct. And for people who are complaining even still now, you guys need to grow up. Because I get it, you know, we didn't get Nintendo news, whatever, but here's what I always say. whenever Nintendo releases things, that's set. That's not something that's going to change. So whether we see Mario Kart news now or in 2 weeks from now, the release date and when it comes out for all of us to play is going to be the exact same regardless. So yes, it sucks not hearing about it for another couple weeks or whatever it'll be. You know, that sucks. Yes, I agree. I'm not saying I'm not disappointed by the fact we're not seeing anything, because I agree. I would love to see what's going to happen with Mario Strikers and what kind of DLC we're going to get. I get it. I completely get it. But at the same time, there was a lot of really good stuff in this Direct. There were things that made lots of people happy. So if you're going to throw a hissy fit because you didn't see Zelda or you didn't see Mario Kart, then I'm sorry, there's just no pleasing you. You are what I like to call a toxic Nintendo fan. You only like seeing your Nintendo franchises, and that's it. No one else can get any other games that aren't Nintendo because that's all you care about. And I get it. Nintendo is a platform where mostly people just go to Nintendo to play Nintendo games. Third-party games they'll play on other consoles. But then there's people like me and honestly loads of other people who the Switch is my primary console. I have an Xbox and I have a gaming laptop. But I love to play games, whether they're first-party or third-party. I like to play them on the Switch. I don't care about the graphical downgrades. I don't care that they don't run at a high frame rate. That stuff doesn't bother me, and it doesn't bother a lot of other people. And I know that's a whole other tangent, that's a whole other conversation, but overall, you guys, this Direct was really good. Like I said, even if not everything was for me, I still got my couple of announcements, my couple little things that made me happy, and, well, I'm happy. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. Hit that notification bell so that you're notified of when I upload videos. And check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there for you to check out. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you in the next video.